Okay, so tonight we are really going to be talking about 7 things that you need to do right now to really you need to stop doing to grow in your business. Now, you guys probably heard me talking about it all this week, not all this week, but a great deal of the week. And everybody on their New Year's resolution stuff, okay, I get it. You can choose to wait till January. I highly recommend you don't, because even if you start now, like doing some of these things, at least if you do them, little increments, by the time January get here, guess what? You would have already almost, like won the battle. If you wait till January, you got to do this thing like every day in small increments until it becomes another habit, right? So let's just start as soon as you guys get off this webinar, and as you guys work through your workbook, start figuring out what's the changes that you need to make immediately. Like I said, if something resonates with you, put it in the chat, right? Let me know. I'm gonna ask you guys a couple of questions, put the answers in the chat, and let's get started. Okay, so those of you that probably is catching the replay, again, my name is Precious. I help other event professionals in our industry, I help these guys overcome the overwhelm in their business so they can get back to doing the stuff that they love. A lot of us jump in and have a hobby, not really realizing it's a hobby until we like knee deep in this thing and find out it's not a business, it's not paying us as a business, and we frustrated, honestly, looking to go back to work. Right? Because work is safe, work is consistent, work, you get a paycheck every week, every Friday, every Wednesday, whatever it is. So to help eliminate that and help you guys really live out your passions and what you are supposed to be doing, which is what you're doing, you have guys like myself and other great coaches that kind of help you guys through those roadblocks. So in today's webinar, we're going to talk about 7 things, again, that you should stop doing right now to grow your business further, a lot faster, right? And I'm going to really encourage you guys to kind of think objectively as I go through tonight's training, right? Because you're going to think about all of your work habits. You're going to think about everything you do day in and day out, right? And you're going to think about your to-do list. Like some of you probably don't even have a to-do list, right? I know I have like 5, but some of you may not have a to-do list. But you're going to find out, is your to-do list, like, is it never ending? Is you getting anything done? Are you busy versus being productive? Like, where do you really fall on the scale, right? Do you wish you had more time in the day? And if you do, like a lot of us do, you got to find ways to kind of steal moments and steal little segments to really be productive and do those things first. Like, get that out the way first, how to be productive when you get up, right? So again, it's real common for event professionals such as us, different business owners, different solopreneurs, different entrepreneurs, really go through this thing. So and I hear you guys, we talk about it in the groups all the time. So I hear you. I want you to take a closer look at where are you spending your time. I'm quite sure of the 7 things I'm going to discuss now, you probably need to stop doing a few, but I'm gonna guarantee you that is at least 1, right? Jennifer?
Yes.
Y'all know I can't see, I don't got my glasses. I'm going to mute your mic for a little bit, sweetie, until I open up Q&A.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so like I said, for us, our work is never really done, right? No words have ever been truer. I hear you guys say it every day. Y'all hear me say it every day, right? I had a really amazing breakthrough call today where I was like, it's just not enough time in a day. And I cannot clone myself. I wish I could, but unfortunately I cannot. And another thing is with, technology, with the internet, all of this stuff, your to-do list never really get done. It never get done. It never seemed like you're taking chunks off and getting anything accomplished. If you're anything like I was or how I am, and still some ways I do, I'll get into one thing, right? Sitting here at the desk, it leads to another task. Then it leads to another task, and it leads to another task. And I'm really going to talk about that as I get into step 6. how you can kind of really eliminate that and get to the stuff that you enjoy. You guys hear me often say, the stuff I love is like the video stuff, the creativity stuff. That's the stuff I enjoy, right? If I didn't have to get paid to do that stuff, I don't. But you know, the other stuff that I do spend hours doing is necessary, right? It's necessary in your business. A business is not a business until something is sold. I said this to you guys last week. It's not a business. If you're not getting paid for what you do, or you walking away after you got paid and you feel resentful, then it's a hobby, or it's just something you're doing, and it's like a lot of mental things that's happening, and we about to jump in some of them. What's this? Okay, so I want you guys to tell me in the chat though, because as a couple of things I'm gonna be talking about that I'm referencing to as far as your workbooks. So tell me in the chat, like give me a 1 if you have access to your workbook. Give me a 2 if you don't. Okay, I knew Addie had your workbook, because it's a couple of things I'm going to be asking you guys. So perfect. Murray, you got your workbook. Charmaine, I knew you had your workbook. You told me you had your workbook. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I didn't want to keep talking about in your workbooks to find out you guys don't have a workbook. Okay. So in your workbook, right? If you get to your workbook, we are going to be talking about, I'm going to number 3, right? And as we get started, I'm gonna ask you guys to take some notes about different things. But right now, I really want you to, if you can, if first thing come to your mind, like what are some things that you love about your business, right? Like what's working? Like how many clients do you have? Are your clients happy, right? That's like so important. Are they happy? Do you have any products, services, packages, or anything that you kind of dreaming about that you want to do? And this is like the perfect time because we're on the brink of next year. So is there anything you're thinking about doing? Any kind of changes you're thinking about making? And this is really important because this is going to help you track your progress as for the months to come. This is really going to kind of help you gauge if everything you're doing ultimately is going to lead you towards these goals. So if your thing is I know a lot of you that I've talked to, some of you guys want venues, right? So if that's something that's on your list, what are the small things that you're going to do to ultimately help you get to that goal? Some of you guys want to leave your job. So if you want to leave your job in 2020, what are you doing? And I'm not talking about the day-to-day stuff. Like that you have to do that. What are some of the small goals that you can kind of knock off that you are doing ultimately is going to lead you to that destination? So now that we're going to dig in, I'm now going to get into the, Cheryl, I'm going to get you. You don't have yours. Okay, I'm now going to kind of get into some of the things that you need to do in order to grow your business, right? And number 1 is stop comparing yourself to others. I cannot tell you guys how it's just going to rob you of everything, right? It's really harmless, but it's such a bad habit. Not only does it kill your confidence, but it also kills your bottom line, right? It kills your bottom line. It kills your money when you end up either making a small amount of money or making no money because, you're not showing up, right? But the minute you are able, and I know it's not that easy, but the minute you are able to give this up, I guarantee you can watch your confidence and your business really skyrocket, right? I know there's an old saying that comparison is the thief of joy, and that's like the truth, like beyond measure, right? And if you think back, this is like a really old saying. So it's not like this thing is new. It's not like you're the only one going through it, meaning it was happening a long time ago. So you got to think about what happens when you compare your business, when you compare your personal stuff, and you're comparing it to maybe your friends, you're comparing it to maybe your colleagues, you're comparing it to maybe some family members, anybody. You got to kind of think of, what happens. And in number 4 of your workbook, this is really where you start thinking about all the things I just mentioned. And this is where you can jot down, and this is your book. So this is not like I'm gonna actually share your answers or anything like that. But this book is going to help you gain some clarity that you're really going to need moving to that next level in your business. So I'm gonna give you guys a scenario, right? And you tell me in the chat, just give me a 1 if this kind of resonate with you, right? If this kind of hit home at all. So let's just say, you know, you get up, you start off, you feeling amazing about yourself, you feeling, maybe you had a nice day, maybe you had a great weekend with the family, and you know, you want to share some stuff. Maybe you looking fly, but you want to share some stuff with your followers, right? And after you post, you know, your ego, you get a little boost because why? What's happening? You're getting likes, you're getting comments, you're getting engagement, right? You're getting all these things. So it's like, okay, yeah, okay, that's what's happening. But you know, it's natural, because who doesn't love a little bit of validation, right? Who don't want to think that the people love looking at your family members, right? Or looking at your dog. Y'all know I post my Chloe often. And you know, it's cute. I get comments, she cute, she cute. So that's like a common feeling for that to happen. But then you notice, let's just say it could be a competitor, it could be an acquaintance, it could be a family member, it could be anyone. But let's just say that they, you know, they go to do the same thing. They post. And for some reason, whatever you see affects you a certain way. And then what happens to you? What happens to you internally? You kind of shrink, right? Your bubble just got burst for some reason, but it has nothing to do with what's going on over there. It has everything to do with what's going on with you, what's going on with your mindset, right? And that's really, some people call it jealousy, some people call it envy. You can call it what you want, but it happens. And it don't just happen in work. It happened with personal stuff, right? It just seemed like, and I used to say this often, I did. It just seemed like somebody always just take the most perfect pictures, right? Or they'll take a gazillion holiday photos, right? Like they got the right angle of the tree. Then they got the little sweaters on. It's like, okay, really? And then not only that, but they also have like, they'll have, it seem like a professional photographer with them like all the time. Like really, how did they get that shot? Really? Like they crossing the street with a coffee mug in their hand. It's just, that's just what happens. I'm serious. So I'd be like, really? Like this can't be life. But it happens. And it's really some of the things that cause us to just really start doubting ourselves. I'm not, you know, no exception to the rule. Yeah, I would have those same feelings before as well, because it's normal, right? You see someone posting, maybe they went to, y'all know my dream vacation, those of you that know, is I want to go to Fiji, right? Not only go to Fiji, I want to have a vacation home in Fiji. So when I see people posted up in Fiji, am I going to feel some kind of way? Yes, I am. I'm like, why are they living my dream life, right? Or you see these people post these big exotic homes, and it's just, that's what you start to feel like they are living all of the experiences that you want to experience, stuff that's on your bucket list, right? And so that's just how it feels. But it's normal. And social media is so funny because it's supposed to be a fun thing, right? It's supposed to be fun, but it's not fun when you constantly get in a bad habit of comparing yourself. You're comparing yourself to other people. You're killing your confidence. You're not showing up. Not only killing confidence, like I told you, killing your bottom line. I know this personally because I told you guys, I'm very transparent. When I had an issue with going live, like you would not catch me going live, you would. Did it rob my bottom line? Of course, because now that I do, not only has my income increased, but I'm able to create deeper connections with you guys, with my followers, with my subscribers, all of that good stuff, right? So that's what I mean by you robbing yourself for your bottom line. Someone, it's funny because this was just posted, right? And that's what it is. That's their self-doubt. They at a point where they want to, you know, they want to go out and do this event designer thing, right? But they're not quite sure if their work is going to replicate, you know, what they want to do. And the point is, you got to start at some point. You have to just start. Just push the button. Boom. I tell you guys now, I could just push the live button and I have rollers in my hair. I don't really care, because at the end of the day, I know I have a message. I know I have some stuff that some of you guys want to listen to. Some of you guys don't, and that's okay. But I know I have to show up. I know I have connections I need to make, right? So once you give up this comparison game, your confidence is really going to skyrocket through the roof. Those of you that was in my last boot camp, we talked about this, the whole going live and showing up and all of that good stuff, right? The moment you do, you'll see an immediate shift in your business. And one good way to look at it is you have to realize, right? When you're looking at these people's stuff, it's a highlight reel, right? It's like a football game. It's like a highlight reel. You don't see the uncut, the hardcore stuff. You don't see that with a lot of them. You really don't. So you cannot compare your whole life, right, to that edited version. It's just you seeing this one little small piece. You don't know what that thing looked like when they first get out the bed, or, you know, when they've been in working all day, like I've been under these lights all day. You didn't see me 15 minutes ago when I look like a grease monkey because I've been under lights filming all day. So that's the stuff exactly what I mean, right? I don't want you guys comparing yourself to like these big name in the industries, or, you know, it's one thing to be inspired, but it's a whole nother ballgame when you are comparing, right? You don't know what these people did. You don't know how long they've been in the game. You don't know what it took for them to reach that threshold of success, right? For some people, it happens a lot quicker. For others, it don't. But you just don't know what that journey looked like, right? To us, it looked like she blew up overnight. That's what it looked like, right? But you don't know those nights when they were in the bed crying because they couldn't get a client, or, you know, they put a cake in the oven and it completely collapsed, and, you know, they client picking it up in two. They are the stories that really happens on the back end, and, you know, the behind the scenes stuff that you really don't see. So when it happened to you, you know, I don't want you to don't feel like, oh, this is not for me. I'm not going to make it. No, that's like those limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself, and ultimately you're killing your business, right? You're killing your business. So let's not jump to conclusions about their success. Instead, one of the good things to do, and this is how I learned how to start sharing my story, right? It's because you should start reading people that do interviews, people that have books. I'm working on my book. Hi. People that have books, people that have blog posts, things like that. Like if you really read this stuff, it tells you, right? Because that's what really self-mastery is all about. It tells you the stuff that they went through, right? And that is ultimately how you are able to make a connection. Because now you see, oh, I went through that. Oh, and that's, a lot of you guys, when y'all read my story, y'all like, she's speaking to me. So that's how we were able to make them connections, because it's like, it was a shift. But that's what I'm talking about now. I had to make the mindset shift. And when I did, I didn't mind, you know, walking around with my skirt up, because am I exposed? I'm cool, because now I'm transparent. Or like, I'm so comfortable being transparent. I don't have to, you know, hide behind this facade. You know, whereas at one time I was scared to show up. I just was. So, you know, just remember that successful icons, they regular people, right? These big name in the industries, they regular people, right? They are regular people. And half of you guys see the crap playing out. I hear that, Jennifer. Y'all see it playing out, right, on these reality shows. And one thing I can say, reality just kind of killed inspiration to some degree, because some of these people, you're like, oh, they are a mess. But now you're really getting to see that they people too. You know, just situations are different. And one thing that you definitely can't do is let that limit your, you know, stunt your growth. You definitely got to keep moving forward, right? You have to, right? And number 5 in your workbooks, number 5 is going to really help you, you know, finagle that, right? So instead of, like I was saying, wait a minute. Jennifer says she tried to make that shift down. Okay, wait a minute. See, I told you I'd be running my mouth. Okay, I was running my mouth and not changing my slide. Sorry, guys. So, you know, when you're looking at, you know, how people define success, it's going to be so different from how you define success, right? I know I share with you guys often that a lot of people are motivated by money. I mean, it's just like their thing. And I get it. But until you are able to really understand, and like I was saying, as far as the mindset shift, what it's used for, like money is, do it, get things, yes, but money is only a tool, right? One of the things, and y'all probably could put it in my comments because I say it all the time. I value my time way more than I value a dollar. I do, because money, you can get it, you can lose it. Your time, you can't get that back. When you lose time, you cannot get that back. So, you know, what success for you may look different for someone else. Someone else's success may be, oh, when I finally make $1 million, I'm successful. My success is when I can get up and do what I want to do and my 24 hours, I'm successful, right? And that's the difference between wealthy people and people with money. Wealthy people don't think about money. Money is not even an object. They think they making moves or whatever, but they are able to do whatever they want to do with their time, right? Their time is not based upon making more money. So it's just like, again, that's another whole thing that we talked about the other week. But, you know, don't use other people's form of success, right? Use your own definition, follow your own path, right? And it should be fun. It should be unique. You want to know why? Because there's no right, there's no wrong, right? If you think, let's just say, we say this a lot, this niche is oversaturated. It is. I'm not going to tell y'all it's not. I'm not going to lie to you. But it don't matter, because you need to keep going no matter what. Because nobody, like I told y'all earlier today, nobody gonna serve your clients and your customers the same way you will. I don't care if both of y'all baking chocolate cakes. My chocolate cake gonna turn out a little different than your chocolate cake. Or guess what? My chocolate cake may come with a little bow or a little handwritten note, where your chocolate cake is in the brown paper bag. The product is the same, but the client experience is so different. So what you think they're gonna buy the brown paper bag, or they gonna buy, you know, the one with the handwritten note? So this is the importance that I tell you guys, like, just you know, give value, give value, give value, and don't think about money, because it's going to come when you ultimately, we are operating out of our gifts. That you can't buy that. And when I'm gonna say, I keep telling y'all, because I've been going live a lot this week, but I told you guys a few days ago, you know, people that I get blessings all the time. Lord knows I do. I said, you like me, don't you? And it's because I bless other people, right? So if most people that are selfish and don't bless other people, you have no reason to be blessed. That is why things happen, or things don't happen, shall I say, because you're not paying it forward. When you're blessing the universe gonna take care of you. Guess what? Because you're putting it back out. Hello, you're putting it back out there, right? So that's why you know, just figure out what it is that's special about you, because, you know, it's yours. And as you go through your workbooks, number 6 is really going to help you discover what success look like to you. Like I just told you with some of the stuff for me, I know when I can get up and I ain't got to hit a alarm clock, or, you know, I'm like, do I feel like working today? Or no, I want to lay in. Like that to me, like, oh, I made it. Because for the past 25 years, I had to get up and I had to be somewhere, right? I had to take care of some folk. So that to me is like successful. So as you go through number 6 in your books, you'll discover what success looks like to you, right? And, you know, just know that your business is tailored for you. Do it however you want. And as things change, you know, as you grow, it will change and it will progress. But that's it. Like you got to show up for your tribe, right? I try. I show up for you guys as much as I can, right? But your tribe is going to be attracted to you. And it's going to be because of your backstory, right? It's going to be because of your talents. It's going to be because your personality. It's going to be because they see value in you, right? And that's just naturally how it happens. So everybody is customers everywhere. Like customers are for everybody, but your customers are for you. And don't get intimidated because somebody may be killing it on a Tuesday. Don't let that knock you off your square, right? You just got to reach deep down, figure out this thing, go through these workbooks. It's going to help you a lot. Thank you, Addie. It's going to help you a lot, right? And just realize, you know, your customers are for you, and everyone has something to share in this world. Like I tell you guys all the time. I tell you guys a lot because I talk to y'all a lot. But I tell you guys, no matter what level you are in your business, don't sit there and hold on to stuff and like, oh, it's not good enough. No, I'm not ready to release this package, or no, I don't want to put up this backdrop. Stop. as long as you're in a place where you're trying to get better, somebody need what you have right now. Whatever you have right now is good enough. When your girl was not certified as a draping instructor, when I was out there putting PVC pipes together by hand, guess what? I still had clients. So don't let that really, like, oh no, hers is so gorgeous, I don't want to put mine up. Bump all that. All you need to do, and I'm gonna talk about this a little later, all you need to do is take that energy and shift it, right? Don't look at the negative side. I was going to say it again. I tell you guys all the time, but I tell you guys all the time that the glass is going to be either half full or half empty. If you keep constantly looking at half empty, you're going to operate out of a negative space. If you look at it like it's half full, you're going to see someone else's work and get inspired, right? You're not going to be jealous. You're not going to be envious. You're going to be like, oh, I got to step my game up. Let me step my game up. So that is really the kind of energy that I need you guys to carry around. And it's not, you can't do it all the time, but you can try, right? As long as you try, you be A-okay. So, and that's like number 7 in your books talks about all that, right? Number 7 going to talk about your milestones, your dream goals, what your progress looks like for your business. Like, what do you want for your business? And not just now, like where you going to be in 10 years, right? Where do you ultimately want to be? I know some of you guys talk to me about you want a venue, not just a venue, right? Because we got to take it a step further. Everybody got venues. We want an all-inclusive venue, or we want a venue that only cater to luxury clients, or you guys got so many ideas, it's ridiculous. Or you guys, some of you guys want venues that is for the low budget brides, and that's okay. Point is, pick your lane and stay in it. Realize where you want to be, but make sure that it's room, right? It's room in the market for you, right? And that is something that somebody want. That is, so that's what you got to do. Hey, Marsha. Let me see. Okay. I can't see y'all. I'm sorry, but your girl is blind. Okay, right. So the last one is, for step 1, is how a lot of us, and I'm gonna say us because I am you guys and you guys are me, but this is what we do. We jump in this comparison trap, right? And you do market research, and market research is good. You are supposed to do market research, and you're supposed to find out, what your competitors doing. But some people take it a little too far, right? I'm just being honest. Some people take it a little too far. It is important to study your competitors, right? But you don't need to compare. Like, you want to study to fix the leaks in your business. You don't want to study to say, oh, that's what she's doing. Oh, let me do that. Or that's like the wrong energy that you're carrying around if this is happening, right? So you got to learn to really look at your competitors' data, and you got to look at it objectively. There go that word again, objectively, because it's important. Or as with the glass half full, right? And you got to learn to not take things personally. I'm not gonna lie, I used to take things personally. I'd be like, I know how to drape better than them. Why are they getting those kind of clients? And if I cannot be the only one that felt that way. If one of y'all felt that way before, or possibly feeling that way now, give me a 1 in the comments, right? It's just being transparent, it's being honest, right? But you got to learn. Mari said. But it happens, right? You can't take it personally, right? But what they doing, you got to really realize it's not better than you, or it's not worse than you, right? It's theirs. It's their unique stuff. All you got to do is make your stuff unique, right? Or find out if, something that you're not doing, if it's not working, like take some notes. If you see something, maybe it's a strategy and it's working amazingly well, maybe there's some implementations you need to put into your business, right? That don't mean go and copy their whole funnel, or go take their copy off of their email, and because that happens. But that's totally different. That's not what you want to do. You just really got to take notes to decide what changes you need to make in your business. Maybe you need to go take a course, right? Maybe you need to enhance your skills in some area, right? Maybe you need to learn how to price better, right? Maybe you need to learn how to pitch your products. Maybe your messaging is off. There's so much that could be possibly broken in your business model. But that's the reason why, I talk about analytics all the time. And that's why, because it's ultimately going to help you fix your business, not copying. And number 8 in your books really, it really helps you create a plan for doing different kinds of market research and things like that, right? So for step 2, guys, I know y'all do it. I still do it some days. It may happen on a Tuesday because Mondays, y'all know I'm amazing. Mondays, I'm fired up. I'm excited about the week. Monday haters are for losers. Some people just hate Mondays. I love them. I love Mondays. Tuesdays is another game. Tuesdays, I'm probably kicking tires. I'm probably cussing someone out. I'm probably doing something, pulling my hair out. I don't know. But we really have to stop giving into negative talk, right? We really have to stop giving it into limited mindset because it happens. And we're going to cover, the mindset that you need to drop. And we're going to talk about the mindset that you need to adopt, right? And so let's get into that, right? All right, so 9 and 10 in your workbooks, those of you that have them, 9 and 10 is really going to talk about help you discover what is it that you're telling yourself, right? And for a long time, I'm not going to lie, self-mastery is a real thing. I just want you guys to know that. So you will hear me saying that often because I've been on this path for, I don't know, probably the past 5 years. And it has really shaped who I am today. It really, really has. I was a strong negative self-talk. I really was. And just really out of frustration, though. People do it for different reasons. I was just frustrated. And now I'm not going to say I don't still get frustrated, but it's not really a lot of negative self-talk. And I'm going to tell you guys about the difference, right? The things that you tell yourself ultimately is going to dictate, how things happen, how things develop. Just different blessings that come and ones that don't, right? How often, and you can even get sidetracked when you do it, but how often you get sidetracked with negative self-talk or maybe a fixed mindset. For some people, it happens every day. It just does. That's just where they are, right? But for other people, they can hear some self-sabotaging talk, and some people know how to turn it off. Thank God now I am one of them people. I'm not going to say it happens all the time, but I am. I know how to shift. Oh my God, that word pivot, when I learned the true meaning of that word and how we are real powerful and, we can really control a lot of our actions because of what we think, say, and feel. Woo, child, that has really saved me over the past couple of years. It really, really has. But some people do it when things go wrong, right? When things go wrong, now they want to, start talking negatively or thinking that their limiting beliefs. Like, I knew it was going to happen. Some people, that was me. Woo, child. I knew something bad was going to happen. And it's all about, trauma and past and all that good stuff. But that is really where my mindset was. Like, I knew it. I could be walking down the street and a puddle of water right there or something. And you know how the bus go past or the car go past and splash you with oh man, I would have a fit. I would have a fit. And I would just say things like, I knew what effing happened, just being transparent. And now, I know what? It's so funny because now I probably would be mad for like 5 seconds. And I probably would say a choice word. But normally I just chuckle. I normally just laugh to myself. I don't know. The power in laughter is ridiculous. It really is. But that's what I do now, right? Before, I probably would have been taking a tag, trying to throw a rock. Who knows? I don't know. Marsha, Marcia, I'm telling you, it's so true. Like, we are really held captive by what we think, right? And ultimately what we think turn into actions, turn into words. And once it's out there, you can't take it back. You didn't put it out there in the universe. That's why they always say, watch what you say, right? Watch what you say, because it get real, right? And it's normal. And the positive people used to get on my nerves. They did. I'm not going to lie. They did, because you just have these people that's always, it's a lovely day. And, you just maybe burnt your tongue with some coffee. Oh, it's okay. Get an ice cube. It just was like, I get it now because, we are in control over how we respond to situations. But before, I did not. I really, really, really did. Charmaine, don't laugh. Mindset is everything. Addie, you is so true. It is. But Now, the negative self-talk, it really, what it does, it manifests, right? And it manifests in different ways. And manifest, that's another word that really resonate with me over the past couple of years of my life, right? Because I didn't understand the power of it. And I tell you guys, there you go. I tell you guys often, speak it into existence. Don't keep your thoughts in your head. Write it down. Like, you got to see that thing every day if you can. You got to say it to the universe and let her hear you so she can ultimately start attracting that kind of stuff into your life. It's so real. Guys, there's so many things that's shifting in my life right now that I would not even imagine here a year or so ago would be happening. But because I wanted it, and not only wanted it, I know I am deserving of it. It causes you to change people, places, and things. Ultimately, when that happens, woo, boy, all I'm gonna tell you ladies is watch out. I know y'all ready to make some major shifts. I don't know what, but hold on to your hats. Javelin, yes, we do have to learn to shift those thoughts. We really, really do. And it's just that easy. And I'm not going to say easy, but it's just that simple, right? Once you understand that you can pivot and change those negative beliefs into something positive, woo, child. I hate to see you guys here February. Y'all going to be on one, I'm telling you. Okay, so now we're going to get into a fixed mindset. It's very, very, very similar, but not quite, right? It's like levels to this thing. So with a fixed mindset, people normally, you know, they normally believe they only deserve a certain level, right? They're not necessarily walking around negative and mad at the world, but they just believe they deserve a certain level of success. And no matter what that is, or they deserve a certain level of love, or it's just whatever it is, they cap out somewhere. Like they don't see beyond, they don't see push past the glass ceiling because they know they deserve all that and more, right? So the fixed mindset is very common, right? No matter what you do, when you have a fixed mindset, that's just where you are, right? You have the same level of success as anyone else, as anyone else. You won't have that. And it's just like you get comfortable, right? Because you've accepted average as your only option. Unfortunately, like this saddens me because I talk to so many of you guys, and sometimes I tell you all the time, just wanting to shake you because you guys are so deserving and you are so talented and you are so compassionate. Like we are in a compassionate field. You can't really be in this thing and be successful if you don't have compassion, right? You just can't. And like you guys have all of the ingredients, you have everything you need to skyrocket. But it's just certain little tweaks that need to happen. And as long as I'm around, they're going to happen. There's something that's taking you a little longer than others, but it will happen, right? I want you guys to get out of them comfort zones. And it's easier for me to say because I finally did it. But guys, I've been in my comfort zone for what? Let me say that to myself. I've been in my comfort zone for what, 36, 37 years, right? And wanting and knowing, you know, wanting and knowing is two totally different things. Like I always wanted, did I want this lifestyle? Yeah, absolutely. Did I know it could happen? Absolutely not. I clearly thought I was going to be stuck in that dead-end job and I was going to have to stay there till Kayla graduated. And that was really my mindset. I was like, I'm going to stay here until I rock out with, you know, when she graduated, which would have been another, what, 5-6 years. And I would have never be living like how I am now, right? So it's easier for me to say it and I get it because now I'm on the other side of it. And when you're in it, a lot of you guys, your fears is a lot bigger than your faith. And that's really where it goes wrong. Like fear is designed to keep us safe, right? But we come on, we too big for that. It's things out there that we want to do. It's people out there we want to help. We have different things in this world, like to create impacts in people's lives. Like connecting with you ladies, I cannot tell you how I think it saved me I just was depressed before I got into this thing, right? I was not necessarily depressed. I was unfulfilled. That's the word. I was unfulfilled. You know how you just live life like blah, blah. Okay. It's time to cook dinner. Okay. It's time to have game night. Okay. And it just was like, excuse my French, but I was half-assing it. I really was. I just was doing what, you know, my family needed me to do, but not really present in a lot of those moments. I really wasn't because I'm just so flustered, like, why is this happening? Like, I have all this to give the universe, and long and behold, I didn't realize I was getting in my own way. That's pretty much what it was. I was getting in my own way. I was standing behind the fear because I was too scared to jump. And then when I did jump, I couldn't go back now because I made some big jumps, right? I couldn't turn back. And sometimes I tell you guys, just jump. I'm telling you, the universe will catch you. She will save you. As you will never fall to, where you won't be able to bounce back. That's where resiliency kick in, right? That we are all designed for that. So we could go on and on about that. But you do have to stretch, right? And I know stretching is scary. I know it is. I know. But you got to try something new, and you got to put yourself out there, and you got to honestly, but it's true, you have to open yourself up to criticism. And I think that's what a lot of us are afraid of, right? You have to put yourself out there for criticism, because I don't care how perfect you think you are. Everybody's not going to like you, bro. Everybody's not going to like your services. Everybody's not going to like your offers. Everybody's not going to like your attitude, your personality. It's just the truth, right? It's the truth. Social media is evil sometimes. It really, really is. And now the trolls and all of that stuff. But when you as standing in the place and you know your value, you know your worth, can't nobody knock you off of that. They can throw sticks, they can throw stones. But when you are in a place where you are so secure with what you have going on, you don't pay that stuff no mind. You got to just don't think about that. Stretch outside of your comfort zone, right? You need to do whatever you need to do to grow your business, and you want to find additional success. And if you stand playing small, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So the greater the risk, what? I see it say she did a bit to. Definitely put your questions in. I'm gonna go on. Marcia, that's a good one. I hope you stick to the end, because I do want to talk about that. I think coaches should even have coaches, right? I don't think I will never not have a coach, right? But it always have to be someone that's going to get me to another level. I clearly wouldn't have a coach that's on my level. Like, what we going to do? We can talk about some coffee, but you can't really get me to a higher level. So yeah, I think we're gonna talk about it though. Yeah, everyone, any kind of business, anyone, even if you're not in business, should have a mentor. You need to be inspired by something. Like, you just need to be inspired by something, and it's such a great thing to have someone that's already skilled in whatever it is that you're trying to excel in. Because you're gonna, you're gonna get the shortcut. You're gonna get the shortcut. It don't always happen, but hey. But so to answer that question, yes, it's very common, and you should never be in business without a mentor, without a coach, or anything like that. I don't care what level you get to. I really don't. Okay, but the best way that you're going to defeat your negative self-talk, like I told you guys earlier, is with positive self-talk. And for everybody, it's not as easy. It does take some practice. It takes some practice, right? But let's just take this for example, right? If you're saying you're not good enough, right? I know in this industry, what's common for us to say is, I'm not good enough, right? They don't like me. They won't hire me, right? Instead of saying that, won't you just say, I am enough? I am enough, God dang it, right? I am enough. And then you are deserving of this opportunity. And not only just say it though, but then you want to just really think it, really feel it, right? And I don't care what it is, whatever you have going on and you hear that it sounds negative, or it make you feel negative, and make your shoulders tense up, be cognizant of what's happening, right? And then channel it with the positive version, right? So if you say, like I just say, I'm not good enough, say, oh, I am good enough, right? I am good enough. And that ultimately, for one, should shift your attitude. It should shift your energy, right? From a low to a high, right? When you normally say, I'm not good enough, it's like, I'm not good enough. When you say, I am good enough, oh, I am good enough, right? You see the immediate shift. And it is that easy. Just try it, right? But I know you guys have heard, one of the oldest quotes by Henry Ford. And I mean, it's old, right? But it's so, so true. And it's whether you say you can't or whether you say you can, you're right. And I mean, that's just like pretty much what I just said. Whatever you say, think, and feel, and believe is true. I think I'm the greatest of all time. To some, I'm quite sure I'm not. But to me, oh, I think I am. I think I am. And that's just the kind of energy. You have to have that energy. You have to have that self-awareness, and you have to know what you bring to the table. You have to know and experience it by just seeing the impact that you create in the world, by seeing how you make people feel, by just like, come on, that is like, we have superpowers, y'all. We have superpowers. Not everybody could do that. That's a gift. And I don't care who the person is. Like, I'm amazing. And you got to know that. You got to feel that. And even when you getting down on yourself, just channel it, right? Just channel it. And, you know, some days I'm like, I'm trying to think, what was the other day? I can't remember what it was, but and if I could do anything, and like, you want to know what? I'm not with it today. And I just have this really, really big mirror in my room, right? And it's crazy because I have like maybe about 3 of them, right? And it kind of forces me, because now this is what I use it as, it forces me to see myself, right? Not the external stuff, not all that. It forces me to realize who I am and how important I am to this universe. There's no way I could be getting up and feel a horrible day. And I tell y'all this often, I really do. I'm like, no, I'm not for this today. And then guess what happened? One of y'all in my phone, Precious, that message was just amazing. And I'm like, guess what I do? I get up, I go put on my cape, like, that's because that's the kind of energy that you guys give me. And ultimately, you have to realize, you guys, you got to realize the same thing with your clients. Like, your clients are really, you know, they are picking you for a reason. So many different people in our industry that do the same exact thing that we do, but they pick you for a reason. Realize what that reason is. It's not because you're cute. They don't care about that. They don't really care about that. You got to know, why did they pick you out of everybody else that they could have picked, right? And you got to make sure when the days when you're showing up and it ain't too great, remember that. Like, oh, well, I was picked out of the room of 100. That kind of stuff is really what's going to get you guys by. Cheryl, that's my baby right there. But yes, I'm telling you, I told y'all earlier today, I was on one today. I don't know. And honestly, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't feeling that great earlier today. I really wasn't. Because it's just, I was in a frustrated place, right? I had a lot of moving pieces and, you know, it wasn't connecting, right? I didn't have, you know, the right people on my team. So I got frustrated, right? And it's just so funny because I had the most amazing, it's just funny how people shift your energy. I had one of the most amazing 20-minute, 30-minute conversations ever that really made me realize I deserve what I deserve for winning that conversation. I deserve the relationship, the connection, and all of that. And I just said that to say, you got to connect with people that's going to add value to what you guys got going on. You do. You can't be sitting around talking to nobody that's, you know, they want to talk about the housewives or they want to talk about, whoever got shot. You can't have those kind of conversations because it's not taking you anywhere higher. You really got to talk to people that's going to inspire you. You got to talk to people that's going to motivate you because you're not going to be motivated every day, baby. I wasn't motivated today, but for some reason, God made this divine intervention happen, and I am here today to deliver you guys an amazing message that some of you guys you getting it because I'm looking at the comments. So I don't know how I really would have got through this call. I would have got through, but I clearly wouldn't have been as fired up as I am now. I'm just like so excited for the future. I'm so excited for what you guys got going on. I'm so excited for you guys, the ones that always show up. I don't care if I show up at 12 o'clock. I don't care if I show up at 3 o'clock. I don't care if I show up at 9 o'clock. You guys are always there. And ultimately, you got to realize and you got to feel some kind of shift and change in your whole spirit, because that's when I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to your spirit, right? I'm going to say some things to you that's going to ultimately make you look at yourself. It's going to make you want to change. It's going to make you want to do things that you need to do to get to the next level. I don't care if you do it 8 months from now. But when you do it, you be like, that daggone Precious. I know you is. So that is why I do it, because y'all just, yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. So getting back to the next step, getting back to the negative self-talk, right? But because, Charmaine, I'm telling you, but I haven't even, I'm telling you, next year, I can't even say next year, but Charmaine, like what's about to come is amazing. And you guys know that, especially that been with me, everything that comes my way, I pass it on to you guys. I have to. I can't keep it for myself, because I'm not going to receive blessings. I have to pass it on. So it's amazing stuff for you ladies. That's all I want to say. But the positive, okay, so if you're saying, let's just say, like I was asking you guys earlier, right? If you, we go through this, we'll go through this. Like maybe we probably had a consultation, right? And the client, she ain't pick us, or he ain't pick us. He ain't pick us, right? So in the aspect of negative self-talk, you probably would say something like, I knew they weren't gonna pick me. Or why would they pick me? I'm not experienced enough, right? Like if you never told yourself this, use a lie, and the truth ain't in you. Because I know I have, right? I have. But if you channel, same situation, they ain't pick you, same situation. If you channel that, right? And now you're speaking from an objective view, there go that word again, objective view, and a positive way, it's going to sound something like, it's okay. Another client gonna come, right? And now I do this I do it all the time now. Well, I don't really get rejected that much though. But I'll do it now. I'm like, it's okay. That wasn't my client. And do you see the same situation, but in one way, it's really going to make me feel like I want to give up. Like I don't want to keep doing this. This is not for me. But if I look at it in another way, and all I'm doing is pivoting. I'm just pivoting. And now I'm looking at it is, it's okay. Another client gonna come. Or my favorite one, they wasn't my client. They weren't my client. I cannot tell you guys how important it is for you guys to know that. Not just, you got to know that like in your bones. When someone say no, that's okay. That's not your client, right? And when you understand that, you don't take it personal, right? I mean, you don't know why people said no, right? But if you just need to know, you better be confident enough to ask them. Like, you know, hey, what was it? Anything I said? Did my breath stink? Or no, but if you're confident enough where, you know, because you don't know what they're going to say, where it won't really affect you, ask them. You know, that way, not only is it good for you to know, it may be something that you need to, you know, work on in your business, right? Maybe they say you was too hard to reach, or maybe they say your prices was too high, or maybe they would say, and that's common, but sometimes they be, so I really wouldn't say that one, because normally if they not, you know, that's not your client. But normally, you know, if they say, you know, a lot of people will say it was hard to navigate your system, or, you know, down under, it's just, you'll never know what they say. They say all kinds of stuff. But if you want to know, you can ask them, so you can ultimately make the changes in your business, right? So that's like the difference with the positive and the negative self-talk. And it's not going to happen, you know, like overnight. It's really not. It's going to take a little more work, because it's something you got to work at, right? Most habits, to break them, what, take you 21 times or something like that, and what, 13 to adapt a new one. The numbers may be a little off, but I'm close. So that, I don't think it's going to just like, hey, happen overnight. But if you put your mind to it, and it's old saying for a reason, anything that you put your mind to, it, you know, it can happen. It can really, really happen. You just got to want it bad enough and realize, I'm gonna keep saying deserve it, because that's where a lot of us lack. We don't, you know, we have all kinds of things happen to us. We come from all walks of life, and you just never know, you know, what a person had to battle with in their past. And ultimately, a lot of that stuff stays with you. I don't care how successful you appear to other people, it stays with you, right? So you just never know. Oh my God, Cheryl, I'm gonna talk to you. I did see that. I'm so proud of you, Cheryl. Oh, I was so proud of you when I saw that. You go ahead, girl. Okay, ladies. So when you're adapting a growth mindset, right? Like that is where I'm at right now. And that is ultimately, if you aren't there, where I would like you to get to. Some of you guys are there. Some of y'all surpassed me. some stuff still will tick me off. And I'm like, you know what? Nope, let me channel that.
It's 10 o'clock.
Let me channel that. But adapting a growth mindset, right, is you really got to ditch the negative one. Is no, you can't be on no seesaw like, hey, you really can't. You got to really work at it, because the more you do it, the more it's going to really become permanent. Like, it'll be a good habit, though. You're breaking a bad habit for a good habit, right? So when you get to your workbooks and number 11, that's some stuff that it'll help you decide, like, where you are. If you are having any kind of negative thoughts or anything like that, like, it'll help you identify what they are and where did it come from. Some of you guys don't even know. I know, I thought I knew, but I didn't know until I started doing the work. Like I told y'all 5 years ago, I really didn't know, like, where all this anger came from, but I know now. Ooh, Lord, I know now. But when you let's just say, when you acknowledge, that's the first thing you really got to do, is acknowledge that you need a mindset shift. I later just realized I did, but before I really didn't think I did. I didn't think I needed a mindset shift. I just thought, I was like, hey, this is just how I think. This is what I was used to, right? Like, people walking around fussing and carrying on. That was like, from where I'm from, part of everyday life, right? And until you're exposed to some different things, you're like, hey, that's not normal, right? And then you start really adapting positive stuff in your life. Like, somebody say something to you like, hey, don't talk to me like that, right? So I'm like, oh, she on one today. But you got to really train yourself to realize when it's coming into your brain, right? And now sometimes I'm able to do it. I'm not going to say I'm able to do it all the time, but I love it when I'm cognizant enough to know what's happening. Like, I'm conscious, right? Because sometimes we operate out of our subconscious mind. When I see my energy shifting, when I feel my shoulders get tight, I will stop and think, like, what is happening? What just happened? Did someone say something to me? Because we just react, right? It could be anything. Somebody stepped on our toe and, like, we all frunched up, our face all frunched up, right? It could be anything. But the minute you learn to live in the conscious, like, what's happening right now, you'll understand where are those negative thoughts coming from? Like, what are your triggers? What's going on, right? And when you start realizing that stuff, jot it down if you can. That's what I had to do. I really had to realize, like, what just happened. Like, what just happened? And then if you really want to work at self-mastery, right, you will begin to see a lot of the same things or similarities in the things that you write. A lot of the same things are what's pissing you off or what's making you say certain things to yourself. And that's when you'll start to learn your triggers, right? That is immediately when you can really remove yourself from certain situations or certain people, whatever it needs to be. But you ultimately have to make change, because you got to protect your boundaries, right? It's so important to protect your energy, guys. Oh boy, my spirit shook when I said that, because now I'm telling you, when I tell you I was a mad Betty, boy, I was just angry. And now it's like, okay, because I know I can't really control people. I can't control what people say to me. I can't control what people do to me, but I can control how I react to it, right? I really can control how I react to it. And the minute I operate out of that mental space, I'm so peaceful, right? People are like, oh, okay, the storm coming. And I'm like, no, it's no storm coming. Yes, Marcia, you are so right. Yes, recognizing when it's your own ego, right? Like, certain situations, like, you can't even bring ego to the table, right? You just can't. Some certain situations, you can't even bring emotion. You just got to realize the situation is what it is. And all you could do is protect, your energy and how you react to people and how you react to certain situations, right? But it definitely takes willingness, like, to do mindset work. It really do, because that's ultimately is going to predict, how much change you experience, right? Like, you really got to be aware of what's happening, because you're going to go through mental changes, you're going to go through physical changes, you're going to go through all kinds of stuff. But when you kind of start, you know, really trying to work at the mindset stuff, it's a muscle. And that was something I learned late too, that the brain is a muscle. Just like you go work out for your body, you have to do mindset work and really strengthen your brain. Like, I never really got how important that was, but it is, right? And if you are open, right, to like doing new strategies or any kind of mindfulness strengthening, journaling is great. Like journaling, I don't journal often as I should, but I can say when I do, it's just like such a calm, peaceful time, right? So now I'm working on this, excuse me guys. Now I'm working on like, this is like a journal book, right? But it's for my children. And it asks you a bunch of prompts, questions. And I really love it because I'm able to just talk about different stories in my life where I know once I'm gone, this is like a memoir that they'll always have other than memories, right? So I just really love it. So every time I get a moment, I'll take out a page or a prompt and I'll start writing in it. And it's just so funny because it helps me like remember how crazy I was. How crazy I was, right? But you could do different stuff. A lot of you guys know I love Eric Thomas right now. That's one of the people I listen to on any given day soon I wake up because he fires me up, right? I'll jump out of bed. I'll go right there in my bathroom and I'll hit the play button, whatever his newest thing on YouTube. And I had it blasting in my bathroom. And it gets me so revved up. And I feel like I can conquer the whole entire day. Like my energy is at a level like, yeah. Like, I'm going to conquer today. Today is not going to conquer me. So you gotta find out what works for you. And then you gotta really plug it into what you have going on. So moving on. Step 3 is stop doing busy work and start prioritizing tasks. Now, a lot of you guys, we talk about this often. We really do. Because we don't do it. We don't do it. And even I talk to you guys a lot about doing it. And sometimes I still don't do it because I'm just so used to being busy. But in later days, I'm not productive when it's just a bunch of stuff around, right? That and I have my calming practices, which when I know is getting a little ruthless, I just clear my whole desk. I just throw everything off, and then I'll start from scratch, and then I'll go and file the papers or whatever. And I'm so great when I start from a fresh slate, right? And this simple hack is really it's going to help you from stop doing the stuff that you hate, right? And you want to start doing the stuff that you get paid to do, like the stuff that you really, really love. That's the part I like about it. And that's really when you focus on, your money-making tasks, right? Like really sit and think about how many hours do you work each day, right? Do you have to show, do you have to show for all these hours behind a computer? Like I spend a lot of time behind the computer and I don't like it. I really don't. Or find out if you spend a lot of time surfing the internet on what Facebook sucks you up, the stories, what is it? IG stories, Facebook stories, whatever it is, sucks up your time, and that YouTube too, like sucks up your time. Find out if you're spending time there. Or do you even know in your business what your money-making tasks are? Like a lot of people, it's easy for them to say it or think it, but they don't even really know what their money-making tasks are, right? Some people think if you're a baker, some people think it's actually baking the cake. That may not be all the way true. That is an element, but that is not like the main only money-making task that there is, right? Money-making tasks they're the ones that's really like, they require your input, right? And they have the highest ROI, which is your return on your investment. It could be a numerous amount of things, right? It could be increasing the number of sales that you have for new clients, or it could be if you do affiliate products, right? I talk to y'all because this is like an easy way to make a little bit of coins, but it's easy. So if you have any kind of affiliates, right? That should be one of the main things you're doing, promoting your products, right? That's a money-making task, right? How about following up? Like I know a lot of you guys. I'm good with the follow-up. I am. As far as follow-up, I say often, you're leaving money on the table, right? Some people need to be reminded, right? That, hey, remember that quote I sent you? Woo-hoo! I'm over here, right? So follow up. That is a money-making task, right? For me, and so some of you guys do teaching and stuff like that, doing broadcasts, things like that. It's a money-making task. Why is it a money-making task? Because it puts you in front of potential new clients, right? You're in front of potentially new clients, especially if you do a broadcast and you have a call to action at the end. Like, come on, that's a money-making task, like something you need to be doing. And as you go through, like now you should be on about number 12. It's really for your business. It's going to help you discover what your money-making tasks are, right? So right now, well, you ain't got to do it right now, but I definitely want you to, list down everything that you do on any given day, like everything you do. Don't even think about it, right? Just write it down. If you are at the computer all day, what are you really accomplishing, right? Don't edit the list. Don't think about it. Don't do any of that. Just write it down. And I'm telling you, it's important that you just write it down. First things come to mind, right? Because after we're done on this webinar, you're going to take a look at the list again, right? And you're going to start to sort your task. And this is in your book too. You're going to sort it into 2 columns. One column is going to be money maker. Other column is going to be busy worker, right? So you may see that some of the stuff you will have in both of the columns. And if you are ahead of the game, I'm not even ahead of the game, you may have all of your tasks in money-making tasks, which is amazing. You're up there. Boom, fist bump to you. But the majority of us have a lot of tasks that falls under the busy work column. And that is a clear indicator that you really need to make some changes in your business, right? I know I did. So before we go a little further, we're going to kind of back up. And we want to talk about this objective word again, right? So objectively, I want you to kind of look through your day through a new set of eyes, right? Imagine yourself waking up. Like, what happens when you wake up, right? Are you speeding through your morning because you slept late? Like y'all know, I used to sleep late, 10:30, 11:30, I did. And then, I would get up feeling like a loser because I'm like, the world is halfway conquered already, right? Or is it the upper spectrum? Like now do you get up and it's like calm, you get a cup of coffee, you train your mental, your mental health, listening to something, motivational, anything like that, right? Or maybe, are you reading any kind of personal development books, right? Exercising, how about that? I was exercising, not doing it now, but is you doing something like that's not conducive to your business, like jumping on social media, and then you stuck there for 2 hours and you got nothing done in your business, right? So I want you to really say and think about how you start your day, right? Because normally how you start your day really kind of dictate how your day is going to play out. So if you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off because you got up late and now you're running down the steps with one sock on, your day is going to be like that pretty much for the remainder of the day, right? So if you start your day busy with your mind and, unimportant social media stuff, you're more likely going to be distracted. You're not going to get nothing done. You're not. By the time you go to sit down and maybe eat dinner, guess what? You still going to have all your stuff on your to-do list. You are. I'm telling you, I've done it before. You are. I got to check that book out. Okay. Or is it a podcast? It's a podcast. Okay. So that's why I say really think of in the morning, like normally how you start your day is going to dictate your day. So make it as comfortable and as productive as possible, right? Now is amazing because, and I've been doing really, really good with this. I leave my phone right here in the office, right? And when I leave, my phone don't go with me, right? And now I don't have a problem getting up. So I'm able to get up 7:38. It took a long time for me to get there, but I'm there, y'all. I'm there. Y'all know I struggle with it. So, and I immediately don't come down to check my phone or any of that. I don't come in here until after I've had my water, after I've had my vitamins, after I had some kind of breakfast, at least an egg, if I don't make a full breakfast, right? And then until I listen to my Eric Thomas, right? And then I come in here. Sometimes I mosey in here. It's like 11 o'clock, right? But now I'm so at a place where I can be productive. I'm focused. I know I'm coming in and, hey, I'm ready to target this thing, right? And that is, it just made all the difference in my business. It really, really have. Not only that, it made all the difference in how I serve my clients, right? Because I just have more time. Before a call or whatever, now I have more time to read, research, and really know them. It's just different. It's really, really different. So, but it wasn't like that always. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But I do now I feel more focused. I'm more motivated, and it just works. Another thing that you guys can try, and I do as well now, is make my list at night. And I show them to you guys. So I make my list. Oh, I found this new book, guys. Oh, Lord, y'all know I'm a collector of planners. So I have this new one that I found in Target, I believe. This is it right here, right? Y'all know it had to be pink. But it's so simple. Like, don't confuse me with a bunch of dates. There's no dates. All is here is your Monday through Friday? Yeah, Monday through Friday, right? Your days. And this is just white paper, like white paper. Like, I was like, that is so perfect. So now I can write down what my day looked like. And I could write down on this side, like whatever notes that I have throughout the course of the day. If somebody called me and I know I got to get something, I'll write it. This book, they had me in mind with this book. I'm telling you guys. Other planners, when they have all that stuff in there, I don't have time for all that. I know I don't. I don't. So, in your books 13 and 14 is really, really going to help you guys with healthy routines, right? And you're going to look at that list, the list that you wrote, and you want to prioritize those tasks. And you want to start with the ones that have the highest ROI, right? That's what you're going to handle first. That's going to be your follow-up calls. If you got to do a broadcast, if you got to send an email with an offer in it, maybe whatever it is that you're promoting or anything like that, that's the stuff that you want to start with, because that is what's going to make your sales. I told you guys, those that's trying to hit the 6 figures, you only have to make $274 a day. That's not a big goal. For some it is, but it's doable. It's so doable. And if you just kind of have that number, when we talk about numbers, like have your target number, what you need to do daily, weekly, whatever it is ultimately going to help you guys reach those goals. It really is. Next thing you want to do is work on stuff that have deadlines, right? So I told you guys about the Black Friday sales, and now I don't know how. I told you guys I'm doing a 12-day sale. Like, you guys should be doing it as well. And that has a deadline. That's something I have to get content out right now. So that would immediately be the next thing I work on. Why? Because that is going to bring in income. So I can't second guess that. I can't play around with it and make sure my graphics all perfect and cute. I ain't got time for that. I got something to put out, and it ultimately is helping me reach my ultimate goal. So I can't slack on it. I know if I got to put out some posts on Tuesday, hey, I got to put them out. If I ain't have time to dazzle them all up, they just ain't gonna be dazzled up, right? They just not gonna be dazzled up. So that's you want to work on your deadline stuff next, right? And that's the stuff you also want to work on that's going to attract more potential clients to you. So like I said, the post and all of that stuff, definitely your money making posts. If you're kind of promoting your sales or whatever, don't go overboard though. Don't go overboard. If that's what you're doing, you're attracting new potential clients to you. So yeah, that's something else you want to focus on. Now, when it comes to posting your kitty cat, that does not take precedence over a promotional post. It really doesn't. That's the stuff you can kind of schedule or have somebody else do it. Have your VA or someone do it, right? You also want to, and a lot of you don't really take advantage of this one when it comes to working with like a JV partner. Like, that is so crucial. Like, you really want to kind of partner up and collaborate as opposed to looking at everybody as a competitor, right? It's going to be so great to have like that kind of leverage, going on with you, right? So focus on that. And then lastly, you want to delegate all the other tasks, like delegate that to your VA. Or if you don't have a VA, you need to highly consider having a VA. I can't tell you how crucial it will be to your business, but you got to find the right one. You definitely got to find the right one. So this is stuff you want to focus on as opposed to, watching stories and Facebook, what's the watch movies or whatever it's called. That stuff is not adding to your bottom line. So don't do that. All right. So now we are at 4. and this is important. This really, really, really is, right? This is important. Stop lowballing your prices. This is like what one of my programs is catered all around this issue. It really is. And I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't take on every client who want to pay you. It's, you know, you may have some people that want to work with you, doesn't mean that you should just kind of onboard them all. I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do instead, right? So when we talk about the pricing and all this stuff, right? It's a catch-22. It is. It's a scenario. I see it play out all the time. And I'm quite sure you guys going to kind of, it's going to resonate with some of you guys. So you let me know. A new event professional, right? She want to get some clients and she want to get them, you know, in the door quickly. She just wants some work, right? So what do? They offer a discount on their services. Now, I am not one to say never offer a discount because y'all know I offer them too. Mine's is strategic though. I'm trying to do something, right? And it's not attract clients. That's the last thing that I'm trying to do. But that's the first thing they do. And then they wonder why, you know, the customer's not coming back, or they getting plagued by what? Other low balling cheap clients. It happens. It's like one of the most common issues in our industry, right? Offering discounted services, it is a great way. I'm not going to say it's not. It's a great way where you can get amazing testimonials. It's a great way to maybe if you're able to collaborate, like I just was talking about earlier, if you're able to collaborate with someone. And so, of course, you will offer a discount with that. Or maybe if you're doing some kind of affiliate, something like that. Or maybe you just got an income goal, like now it's the end of the year. So do I have a lot of discounts about to pop off? Yes, I do, because they ultimately have to help me reach this income goal that I already have set. It has nothing to do with trying to attract new clients, because I wouldn't want to attract new clients to that price point. That's not the game plan there. So it's a big difference, right? So you cannot lowball your prices, because you end up getting, the quality of the clients are low. The quality of the clients that you end up getting is low. And then you're frustrated, right? Because what they doing? They nitpicking, right? They nitpicking, they complaining, they calling you all hours of the night. Y'all know the stories go on and on and on. I did hear Jay Shetty. Right, so I want you guys to realize that people see expensive things as more valuable. That's the scientific proven fact. They see expensive things as more valuable, right? And when you undercharge, you kind of make your services look less amazing. It just doesn't look like, oh, there's a desire, there's a need for it, right? Because you undercharge, and it's like it's not a valuable product. It's not a valuable service, right? And once you get in the habit of really undercharging, it's so hard to get out of it. It's so hard. Like a lot of us, we stay at that price point because now won't nobody else pay more. And it's not that they won't pay more. It's not, you're not attracting the right people to pay more. It's really what it is. But it's a phenomenon that happens when you undercharge. That's just what it does. You tend to attract low budget, period. And I get the motivation behind it, right? Like some people just want business, some people just want photos, some people want to build a portfolio, some people want to get their foot in the door. I get it, but you're ultimately hurting your business because you're getting a kind of client that's needy. They want extra attention. You know, like I said, they call you all hours of the night. It's just not a happy situation, right? It's really, really not. So basically, if you charge less than you worth, you're going to stunt the growth of your business. You really are. Not only that, you're going to get burnt out, right? Not only that, you're going to lose your confidence. Why? Because now you want to charge $4,000 for this party, and they telling you they only got $1,700. So it's going to ultimately kill your confidence, right? Clients who won't pay more, they're not the right ones for you anyway. I told you that earlier. They're not your clients. So it's not that, you know, you're not valuable enough. It's that you're not pitching to the right people. You haven't found your target avatar yet. You haven't found them. That's all that is. And you just really need to, right, I forgot about that one, Addie. Yes, they try to lowball. You're lowballing. That's a good one. They really did. And you want to keep in mind that, you know, you have the same 24 hours in a day as everybody else. You got to figure out how to best use your time, right? You want to serve, if you serve a lot of clients at a discounted rate, would you rather do that, or would you rather serve less clients at a more, at a higher price point, right? I know, you already know what I'm gonna say. I'll take the latter. I really, really would. Not only that, but you're able to serve them better. You're really able to provide more value when you're not spread so thin, right? And obviously, you clearly gonna earn more income when you're working with less clients that can afford your services. That's just the nature of the game. So take a minute. Well, not really take a minute because it's late. But number 15 in your books, right? I want you to, whenever you can, write down your prices for your products, your services, all that good stuff, right? But then I want you to think about, are you moving like a lot of volume at that price, right? So let's just say you have a $100 class. How many of those $100 classes are you going to have to sell to get to your $10,000 income goal? That's a lot, right? But let's just say you have $1,000 service, or let's just say 500. Let's not get ridiculous, right? From 100 to 1,000. Let's just say 500. The number that you're going to have to serve and have to sell is a lot less. So which one would you enjoy more, right? Which one would you enjoy more? Which one would make you feel more valuable? Which one would make you feel like you're not really your integrity is still intact, like you're not selling yourself short, right? That's ultimately what happens to us. So if you're afraid of losing a couple of customers after you raise your rates, right? Because it will happen. You got to remember that you're running a business. You're not running a charity, right? You're running a business. And your business, like I told you earlier, nothing happens in a business until something is sold, right? You got bills to pay. I know I got bills to pay. I got business expenses, right? And your expertise, though, that's valuable as well. Like, that's your expertise. That's things that you may have invested in to learn, or experiences you had to, that obviously they don't have. That's why they come into you. So I don't, just kind of keep that in mind and you'll be fine. I would not say go ridiculous now. Don't get off this webinar and go jack your prices up 300%. I'm not going to say that. But if you know you haven't raised your rates in quite some time, I definitely say you deserve an increase. You deserve an increase. So definitely think of that. And another thing is, people that are willing to pay your rates, right? And all of these kind of things, that they are invested in themselves, right? They understand and they see the value in what you have, and they want to work with you. And that's the stuff that that's the stuff that lights you up. I know that's the stuff that lights me up. And you really will get so much further faster by working with that group of people as opposed to the nit kickers. I mean, the tie kickers, right? You're not going to be fulfilled in your business. And one of the good ways to kind of weed this out is with your consultation. I know some of you guys, I've actually, we do the one-on-ones to check out your client workflow. You have to have a workflow that's really ultimately going to protect your time, your space, your peace, all of that good stuff, right? So you could do anything like a questionnaire. You could do a short consultation before the big consultation, right? Just give you a gauge where they are. I know I normally do a questionnaire, and they fill it out before we get on our consult call, and they give me a good idea if this is even a potential client, right? Or is this someone that I need to segue into, maybe, downsell them into something else? So that way I'm not wasting my time, right? But you got to keep in mind that either way, you got the final say. It's your business. You get to work with who you want to work with, right? It got to be chemistry. It got to match, all that good stuff. So if you don't want to work with the people, you just, I never just X people off. I don't. I'll always either have someone I refer them to, or I'll have another program that I refer them to. I never just like, oh, I can't work with you. Oh, no. Like, now that's when we normally talking about our different pricing structures, our different levels for different, we got to find out which audience, which segment that they fall into. Because you will have your general audience, your target audience, but it could be different segments of your audience. So you don't want to just be like, oh, no, girl, bye. You don't want to do that. Definitely want to be able to, still be able to provide value, even if it's referring them to somewhere else. So step 5, we almost done, guys. this one is pretty short because we talked about this a lot earlier, but this is a little different because it's not about comparing yourself to other people. It's really about comparing yourself to your competition, right? And why you need to ignore your competition altogether. You need to ignore your competition, focus on your coins, your business model, and you'll be fine. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do it. Watch. So you're going to do it with research, right? The market research is really what entails knowing your competitors and really find out what they're doing that appears to be working in their business, right? Whether if they got some amazing tactics that's working, if they have some offers that's working, or whatever like that, right? But honestly, that's like as far as it should go. When you don't want to get into the comparing, like I said earlier, you don't want to do that. As I mentioned in step 2, you are unique. I am unique, right? And so is your business. It's unique. You have a different story. Your mission is different. I said this earlier today when I went live. Like people, my mission and why I go hard or why I serve is totally different, right? I got grandchild now, y'all. I'm trying to build a legacy, right? So it's different, right? My motivation is coming from a different place as opposed to the next person that do what I do. So that's really what it's about. And the more you tell your story, like I said, your followers is going to attract you. They're going to be attracted to you. They're going to follow you. They're going to be loyal to you. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had in my DMs where, they, Precious, do you know this is, I'm like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't. Like, I'm so loving life right now. And I'm just in it in a different, in a different magnitude than most. So I can't let nobody, distract me from my ultimate goal. I really can't. Like I said, I have a grandchild and I have a daughter that's like, follow me everywhere. She's looking at my every move. Sometimes I often look at her and she's staring right in my face. I'm like, girl, what is you looking at? But I can see it. You know what admiration look like on a person's face? And I'm like, wow. I'm like, you could just say, it's amazing. But in the terms of competition, right? It's a good thing. It really, really, really is. I hate people that walk around and say, oh, I don't have no competition. Oh, yes, you do. Like, we all have competition, but it's a good thing because it keeps us on our toes, right? It really did. If you is in the lane all by yourself, what is it that's making you, always be great or always perfect what you have going on? It's not. It's the competition is going to make you do that, right? Then not only that, but it also shows that people are out there willing to pay for your services and your products. Like, people actually need it, right? So it just like forces you to go harder. Like, you want to be the best. I told you, I strive to be the best at anything I do. Well, if I come short or not, I always bounce back like, hey, I got to recover from that. And that's just what it's about. Because, like, again, I said, I want to leave a legacy. Like, I want to be a household name in 5 years, right? I want the Posh Academy to talk on everyone's lips. I really do. So that is my goal. Like, my motivation is going to be different from someone else that's maybe just doing it as a hobby, right? So it's different. So I want you guys to realize that as well. Whatever your motivating factors are, clearly going to be different from why everybody else is doing what they're doing, right? And 20 through 21 really is going to help you in your workbooks find your voice, right? You got to remember that all your unique qualities, they're yours. Why did you even start a business in the first place? Why? Like, my reason and your reason will be totally different. So you need to really start implementing those little things. Like, some of you guys, especially my boot camp members, I be seeing your posts now, and I was like, this look like and sound like a different person. And it's just, I can't explain to you guys how happy I be when I see you guys take knowledge and implement change. That is amazing, right? A lot of you guys get out of your comfort zone and I don't want to post. Like, but you got to. You can't be, you can't be serving online and you're not present. So, like, that is amazing. And I don't care how many other people doing it. Like, people cater to you and flock to you because of your uniqueness. And I want all of you ladies on here to realize that. I really, really do. I want you to remember that comparison is a thief of joy. It really is. Stop worrying about what everybody else got going on. Stop worrying about, everybody else killing it in the game. Focus on your stuff. And guess who's going to be killing it next? If you're not already killing it. That's what it's going to be. You need to just shift your energy, pivot, right? Focus on your stuff. And before you know it, you're going to be in the same, if not past it, right? I tell you guys all the time, you say, I want to get to your level. I say, child, I need you to get past my level so I could aspire to get to your level. And that's ultimately how it's supposed to be. So for 21, I want you guys, I touched on it a little bit earlier, but not too much. But in your books, I want you to think of ways you can collaborate with a competitor, right? And I hate to say competitor. I always say colleague, because competitor, when you say it, they always have like a negative connotation to most people. To me, it don't bother me because I see it as it's a great motivating factor for me. But I call them collaborators colleagues, because it's just so much great opportunity when you are able to do that, leverage with different services. And it's amazing when you have someone that you can discuss, y'all can swap resources and share issues because y'all in the same boat, right? It's frustrating, when you don't have nobody to talk to certain elements that's happening in your business. So I know a lot of you guys got, okay, Allie, thank you. I know, and I'm almost done too, ladies, sorry. I know a lot of you guys got like family and spouses as a support system, and I get it, but it's a different support when it's someone that does what you do. So, I just want you guys in your books, think about that for 21. And step 6, we almost done, ladies, is stop doing every business task yourself, right? And this is, again, about outsourcing, right? I'm going to tell you the secret to getting it all done if you drown in work, right? You have to. You got to get help with outsourcing. You have to. And I know y'all hear it a lot. Y'all hear me say it a lot. And it's the buzzword that's like everywhere, right? It's everywhere. But it is for a good reason, because small business owners, they burn out. They burn out so fast because they're trying to do every single task in their business, and they're trying to do it all by themselves. And, you drown. You got invoices, you got emails, you got to see this client, then you got these nightmares, right? You waking up out your sleep sweating. So I get it. But you got to kind of start being, like I said, being more productive and focusing on things that you enjoy and outsourcing the things that you don't, that ultimately you have to do in your business anyway. Otherwise, you're going to have a hobby. You're not going to have a business, right? And you really, once you start doing this, I don't know what Clara talked about. You need to really focus on your clients. When you don't have to do all this stuff in your business, you really could show up for your people. You really, really can. And that's really what the importance of outsourcing is. So in 24, this is where I break down like your different categories, your business categories. That's going to be your administrative, your servant, and your marketing, right? And administrative tasks, that's all of your billing, your email, customer service, booking clients, all that stuff, like the back end office stuff, right? Am I still here, guys? My screen just disappeared. And my chat. That's weird. That's a sign. Let me get my butt off of here. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Thanks, Charmaine. I was like, where'd my screen go? Okay. But can you see my screen, Cheryl? It just disappeared. Okay. All right. So we're going to break down administrative and stuff, right? That's all your back end, your office stuff. Okay. That's weird that happened. So, as you go through that's stuff that gotta happen in your business, right? But it don't necessarily mean that you have to do it, but it has to happen. So you want to take a list of all your administrative stuff, right? And you can write it in your books, so you can actually get more focus and see it. And it helps when you write it down. It really, really does. And you want to estimate how much time you're spending on each task, each day of the week, or like on admin stuff. Like how much time are you spending on that, right? And honestly, I didn't realize how much time I was spending on it until I really did my time tracker thing. I really did it, and I was spending a lot of time on admin stuff, right? And then I want you to focus on your client list, right? Like how much time do you focus on, how much time you spend with your clients? Are you guys doing consultations? I know a lot of you guys do your consultations on the weekends. Some even do it in the evenings. Are you doing phone consultations? Are you guys that have events on the weekends? Like how much time is that? Especially when you gotta go prior to the event. time and set up, and then you got to go back and break down and all of that good stuff, right? Then I want you to put down your marketing stuff. Like, marketing is something, it doesn't end, right? It doesn't. It shouldn't end, because marketing is a way you get a constant flow of prospects, right? That's just how it happens. So find out how much time are you spending on marketing. And lastly, I didn't really put this in there, but especially for me, because everybody don't really create content like that. But for those of us that do, you want to put yourself a creating category there as well, because this is where you create all your stuff. This is where you create all your emails. This is where you create, if you do your own graphics like I do, this is where you create all of your videos. Like, this is creation. And it takes a lot of time. It could have went with marketing, but it's different because it takes a lot more time to create this stuff out, and content and all of that good stuff. It really does. And then I want you to tally up your time totals, everything that you've written down, right? Once you do write it in your book, tally all that up. Then how much time are you spending on your business each day? You will be surprised, especially those of you that do it full time. You will be surprised at how much time you're spending on your business each day, right? And then I want you to figure out once you see how much time you're spending, compare that to how much you made for that week, right? Now, some weeks I had some great weeks, but then other weeks I don't, but I'm still putting in 50, 60 hours easily, right? So now you got to look at it in terms of average. So you got to decide ultimately, what can you eliminate, right? Again, like I told you guys earlier, focus on your ROI, your return on your investment. Your biggest stuff that's going to bring you sales is where you should be focusing. All that other stuff, you better hire somebody, I'm telling you, because you really don't want to get burnt out in your business. You need to really, spend time with your family, spend time with the girls, go to brunch, go whatever you like doing. If it's laying around in your pajamas, sure, do that too, whatever it is, right? But this is an easy way to find out if you're working upside down in your business, or if you're being a slave, as they say, in your business. I know I was for a very, very long time. And even as I talk about outsourcing often, like I've been outsourcing now for a while, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to find the right one. It takes so much time. It really, really, really does take time. So once you finish all that stuff, you got to figure out, are you at a place where you want to hire a VA? And I would highly suggest, if you want to get to the bag quicker, I'm telling you, hire yourself a VA. And the easiest way to do that is, don't go overboard like, oh, I'm going to get me someone that's 30 hours a month. No, start with small tasks, 5 hours, 2 hours, but just see how it frees up your time and you're still able to get those social media posts done. Like, they still done. But maybe you went and, I don't know, took your girls skating or whatever you like doing, right? You ultimately are able to feel better. You're able to fall in love with your business again, because now you don't feel like a slave to it, right? You're able to do things that you enjoy doing. I'm telling you guys, this was very short time ago when I was in here, working like every day. I'm addicted to work. I'm not gonna lie. But once my daughter told me, I worked a lot, and even my weekends I was in here with her. I was in here in my office. I made a conscious effort, not even an effort, because I just did it. I don't work weekends. I'm not in here. Once I leave Friday and once she come home from school, I shut that door. I don't come back in here till Monday. I really, really don't. And it's just that easy. But I had to I had to realize what was being neglected and what was more important to me. So you'll be surprised once you do start outsourcing, the more, the different things that you'll be able to do again in your life that you enjoy, right? And then step 7, this is the last one, ladies. The last one is stop being a scapegoat. Like, so many of us, like, we just find reasons to not have fun, going on vacation, not enjoy ourselves. Like, some of us feel guilty about even doing it, right? And this is really, you gotta stop this so you can avoid burnout, because it happens. Guys, I travel often. I really do. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna fake the funk. It's not like I be going on vacation. Because I take my work with me. I really do. Unless I'm going somewhere exotic, then I don't. But normally, like if I'm traveling state to state, especially now that I travel for work, it's not a vacation. I get to maybe hang out by the pool sometimes, right? But it's not like I get to put my phone away and, you know, lock it in the closet and I go party on a deck or something like that. I normally am sitting there, even if I'm at the pool, I'm sitting there with a laptop in my hand. And for me, it's okay. Well, at least I be thinking it's okay until I get to the end of the vacation to find out it wasn't a vacation. You know, I don't feel refreshed because I did work. I feel productive because sometimes I travel for work. Like I'll just travel so I could get focused on whatever project I'm working on. I'll feel productive about that, but it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like that. So, you know, you have to really, you really got to do, you know, you got to go on vacation and things like that. You got to listen to your body because it'll tell you, your body will tell you exactly what's going on, right? If you are tired and, you know, all the time, you're exhausted. You're burnt out. You're on the brink of burnout, right? We work so many hours and don't realize how many hours we work. We really do. So listen to your body, right? And the best way to combat mental fatigue and burnout is getting organized. Like I told you guys earlier, I will slam everything off this desk just to kind of give me a clean slate, because sometimes, you know, it's a lot and I'm like, okay, this for this project, this for this project, this, but it's just so much, but nothing's getting done. So I know the minute I don't like pick it up and I'll toss it over, because I know once it's all shuffled, I have no choice but to just put it all together and maybe take my time and organize it the right way. As opposed to, you know, just having clutter. I get nervous when a lot of clutter around. I really do. So, and it just makes me uncomfortable. So the minute I clean my office, I feel refreshed. I feel like I could tackle some things. So get rid of the clutter, anything you have around like that. And then you want to schedule your time. Really schedule your time. Like I told you guys, I make it my business. Yeah, buddy, I make it my business, Cheryl. Like once my baby is home, I'm pretty much done. For the most part, I am. And I used to be horrible with that. I really did. I could work till 3, 4 in the morning and then turn around. That's why I wasn't getting up to 11. That's why. But so that's the stuff all this is in your workbooks. So figure out your hours. Like, do you have business hours? I know that's another bad habit I have now, because I don't know. I feel like if somebody come in my DMs, I'm gonna answer them, but I'm getting better. Like some I will send them the automated message that says, you know, I'm closed. I'll respond to them all. I do, but for the most part, you know, y'all guys ask me all kinds of stuff, all hours. It'd be like sometimes 1 a.m. and I'm like, but then I gotta realize some of us are on different time zones, so I remember that as well. But get in the habit of realizing how to protect your energy, all that good stuff, right? And that's pretty much that's all I have. That's like all I have for this. So I want you to just really, consider your self-care, really take care of yourself, go on a vacation if you can, or even if it's just like what you call them? I go on workcations a lot, but I'm talking about a real vacation. Even if it's just an extended weekend, a weekend, anything like that, take it while you can, right? And guess what, guys? That concludes our it wasn't too bad. It was an hour and 40 minutes. That concludes our training. So a lot of you guys are a little familiar with my membership program that is launching in January. It has already launched, but the next boot camp doesn't start until January 1st. And this one is very, it got to deal with some of the stuff that we talked about, but it really focuses on money mindset. It really focuses on all of the stuff, you know, we deal with mentally as it pertains to money. There's no sense, and I decided to do this one first because you got to be able to handle success when it's coming. So many people focused on getting their numbers up next year. Whoop, whoop, I get it. But if you don't really know how to handle the money, you might as well leave it where it's at. I'm just being honest. You might as well leave it where it's at, because a lot of people, that's just how Okay, so wait a minute. So ladies, so I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I do want to talk to some of my ladies. And this is where you guys unmute mics because the actual training portion is over. Put your video up or whatever you want to do. But anyone that is considering the membership program have the ability to get in for 50% off for the first month. The regular rate is $97. And it is going to be only $48, I think it's $48, something like that, if you use this code. Now, the code is going to be bit.ly at membership, posh membership dot, I lost it, poshmembership.com. Okay, so wait a minute, let me get back over in here. Let me make my screen big. Why do I look like that? Okay. I don't see everyone's thing. Okay, so if anyone wants to unmute their mic, because now I'm going to also pull up the questions. I think it was a couple of them. Oh, Marcia, this is yeah, definitely. I think it's a good place to start because, like I said, some people cannot handle. Can y'all see me? I don't see me.
Yes, I see you.
Oh, you do? I don't see anything. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so some people, you know, like I said, don't know how to handle success. Some people, or not necessarily can't handle it. Some people don't even think that they are deserving. Like I told you guys earlier, right? Some people, you self-sabotage in the beginning before you even give yourself the ability to earn any real money. So a lot of the mindset stuff, like you cannot really run a business if your mind not right. You just can't. Even I talk about this often because I did it. Like even when I first launched, like my mind, mentally I wasn't prepared. I didn't understand what it would take from me to operate as a business owner. I was still operating as an employee. I just was walking around saying, hey, I got a business. But I was an employee. I was a slave. And I really didn't understand the importance of mindset. I really didn't. I didn't understand that what I was thinking, what I was believing about myself was ultimately limiting what was happening in my business. And the minute that shift, your girl been on fire. Yeah, so like that is but that is what's happening in January. And if I'm trying to see if any questions, any of you guys have any questions about any of the training that I talked about or any of your experiences. I'm trying to see if I can't see. No, okay. Okay, so that's it. That's all I have for the training, ladies. I hope you guys, I really appreciate those that stuck with me through the entire time. I know it was kind of long, but I appreciate you guys. And tomorrow, those of you that are in my mastermind, tomorrow is our evening at 9 p.m. again. And those that are not, I hopefully maybe we'll see you guys in the group, or definitely check your emails. You guys are about to receive a series of emails. Cheryl, here it is right here, Cheryl. Oh, that ain't it. No wonder I couldn't. You don't see it? Wait a minute. Let me get the link. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is the pre-sale link. Because after tomorrow, it is, you know, the sale is over. It only was for you guys that were on the training. Pre-sale. Y'all know I can't see. Okay, I just put it in there, Cheryl. You let me know if it pops. Oh, what did I say? Wait a minute. It says, copy. Oh, wait a minute. Everyone. Peace. Okay, there we go. Okay, Cheryl, tell me if you see it now. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that is like it's just, you can't really go into the new year wanting new things, desiring new things, and you don't know how to obtain it. You really have to deal with some mindset stuff. You really have to go past some money blocks that we all have them. I know I did. No one's going to tell me today I don't deserve $1 million. Yes, I do, and I want it too. Right? Because you got to believe that that is what you deserve. Nobody should talk you out or you know, knock you off of your square, because you ultimately got to know, like I said, how valuable you are and how deserving of everything this world has to offer. How deserving of that you know you are. Marcia, it's till, what's today? Wednesday, Friday. Friday it ends, because Friday is when the 12 days of Christmas sales starts. So that link actually ends on Friday. And it really is I love it. It's amazing. So that's really all I have. I wanted to really talk to you guys about all that stuff. I hope that you guys got some stuff out of it that you are going to stop doing in your business now. Now, I do want you to look forward to some emails that you're about to receive, because today I told you guys about what to stop doing, right? And in the next couple of emails, I will be sharing with you guys some things that I want you to start doing, right? And it's nothing strenuous, it's nothing heavy. But if you start somewhere and start small, and you'll really be able to, you know, adapt these positive changes in your business. And then you will be ultimately able to see, you know, the shift, right? Like if you are at a place and you're unhappy with who you are attracting, because that's real common. A lot of you guys saying you're tired of the cheap clients, right? You are. You have to do something different, right? You got to do something different in your business. You got to do something different with yourself in order to be appealing to those that's going to pay more money. I hate to make it sound like that, but it's just that true. It is that true. And mainly it's for your business, right? It's for things that you have to have in your business. Like if you have a hobby, like you don't have systems in place, and you know, I gotta go through all this stuff just to book a session with you, or you pulling out paper, for me to sign a contract. You want me to pay you how much? It's not going to happen, because I don't see the value in your company, right? I don't see the value in your company. So it's just some things that, you know, you just gotta know. You just gotta adapt and make the change, and then you will ultimately see. I was doing the same thing, hand over fist, attracting the same clients until I did something. I did a lot of things different in my business, a lot. But I didn't do it all at one time, right? I'm still making changes. I made them gradually, and things grew as my business grew, right? But you got to start somewhere. You can't just keep doing the same thing and, you know, wanting something different. You can't. So that's all I have today, guys. That was pretty long. It was pretty long. It was 2 hours. But it was cool. I'm glad you guys hung out with me. Those that's in my mastermind, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9. And that's it. If you guys don't have any other questions, I am out of here. And those that didn't have access to their Bridget, the book, if you talk about for this, the book is the first comment. It's right here. Wait a minute. Let me put it down here so you can see it. If you just click that link, you will be able to get it. You'll be able to download it. It'll take you right to it, and you can download it. So you guys will get the replays to this long, old training, right? But go through it again with your books. Those of you that didn't have access to the books, or those of you that didn't write in it, and then really see what changes, you know, what you need to stop in your business. Really see what that is. And that's all I have. Have an amazing night, guys. Apply some of the things I mentioned tonight, and I can't wait to see you guys grow, change, and shift. Good night, babes. Hey, Chloe.